is Laura. I'm 41 and I work with special needs children for a living.
And I'm 26 and I'm an administrator with renovations.
I'm Richard. I'm 31 years old and I'm a butcher.
Oh. I've had two experiences with death. My grandmother and a friend of mine. My grandmother was about 23 years ago and my friend was 6 years ago. Both were a little different. My grandmother because she was my heart, my soul. And my good friend that passed, it was just different emotions.
Few actually in the family in the past few years. One was a suicide and two were actually of cancer. So this first one, of course, everyone took it pretty hard and by surprise.
I had grandparents. My best friend's father passed away when I was in high school. I felt pretty close to him when it happened, so I felt pretty moved and hurt.
I mean, it's natural, it's going to happen. It happens to everyone, you can't avoid it. Prolong it, possibly.
Death is a part of life. There's lots to do with life and death and our everyday living.
That's the thing, everyone has their moment, everyone has their time. Unfortunately, it could be a car accident, it could be 60, 70 years from now, but I mean, you could be young and healthy, you could be young and sick, you could be old and healthy, who knows? Accidents happen, I think everyone has a clock.
I believe from the moment that we are actually born, we begin to die. Even though we have a full life ahead of us and a lot of growth, we see a lot of instances and children who are passing before we say things like, these people are too young to go, or they didn't deserve to die, they were too young. But it just goes to show that death can take us at any time in our life, regardless of how young we are, how old we are. I believe society's afraid of death because nobody actually wants to leave. Nobody knows what happens afterwards. Nobody knows where they go. A lot of society has a belief in religion.
I mean, you see it happen on Facebook, it's like, you should take this down, you know, people don't need to see this. Like, really? I think sometimes they do.
I 100% agree with medical assisted death. It's, speaking for myself, it's my right. If I say my time is done, it's done. I shouldn't have to suffer if I don't want to suffer.
I do agree with assisted death if it is necessary.
I believe that if someone is in an extreme amount of pain and there is no coming back from it, and you don't have a will to live when you're in so much pain. You just want to pass on, you just want to finish what's happening. You know it's coming, you know that there's nothing you can do about it. If organs are failing, if your body is telling you that it's time to go, it's time to go. Long death comes to you from illness, but I don't think death itself is an illness. Death is also a part of life. You don't have life without death, and you don't have death without life. Illnesses happen to us while we're proceeding in our life, and they can cause death, but death is not an illness itself, no.
When I hear people say death as an illness, death to me isn't an illness. An illness is the disease you have or the condition you have. Death is just the end of that. It's suffering's done, treatments are done. It's just the end. It's not an illness. It's the end. It's the closing of that chapter. It's done.